In 1999, you received a phone call from a director, Richard Curtis. Can you remember that conversation?
I remember it clearly. 4 Weddings and a Funeral had been a huge success. Everybody knew who Richard Curtis was. He called me to be, you know, the voice on this song for this new movie with Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts. Wow. After the success of that, the label then came to me and said, you know, we want to make a record, solo record.
Life is a roller coaster.
There you go.
Which became an even bigger hit. Then you're a solo star.
Yes.
You have to be.
Well, a solo artist, yeah.
Yeah, artist, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, not a star, that's all I'm saying. I was just a solo artist, yeah.
When that happens, it's a hard moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you are letting go people that you have lived, breathed, slept, sung, danced with for years.
There was no problems at first. There was no issues. All of us were happy to do it.
When do the problems start?
I said I was going to record another solo record after that solo album. And they were like, what? I thought we were going to maybe do something together again after that solo record. And I had momentum. The record company wanted me to record another record. That's the way the industry is. When you're hot, they want another one straight away. That's it. So that's what I did, and that's when it happened.
You have to be ruthless in that moment.
Yeah.
And selfish?
I was. I regret certain things that happened then. I don't regret going on to do what I did, but I regret the way it was handled. I wanted my cake and eat it at that time. And I guess I was scared that if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have this chance again.
Let's talk about Louis Walsh for a moment. He's obviously been a massively important figure in your life, and yet, I'll say this from the start, he didn't want to do an interview for this show. So clearly you're not best buddies anymore. Describe the relationship from the start for me.
We got on very well from the get-go. Louis knew that I was professional, that I was dedicated, that I would work hard. And he used that to his advantage.
He was a great manager.
Yeah, he was great.
The job he did with you guys was incredible. He wasn't just like the music. He was out there peddling stories, getting headlines, making stuff up, whatever it took. All designed for 2 things. One, to make you guys really successful. And secondly, on the back of it, so would he be.
And I wouldn't be where I am today without Louis. We fell out because he wasn't the manager I needed.
Well, you fell out because you fired him.
I spoke to him down and said, Louis, I need somebody to manage me. There's only so long that you can go paying somebody all of that money and them not doing a job. Otherwise, you feel like a fool. So as a human being, as a man, as a father, I said, I'm not going to let somebody do that to me anymore. So I made a decision.
He took it very badly.
He did take it very badly.
He gave an interview in 2005 to The Sun. He said, I don't see Ronan, I don't miss him. Later, he said on television that you had ambition over talent.
Yeah.
Pretty hurtful comment.
I don't believe he means that. Well, I know he doesn't mean that. That's just anger.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
Oh, I saw Louis on a flight from Dublin the other day, and we had a great laugh. And he said, give me a call when you're in Dublin, we'll go for dinner. You know, Louis like that.
Will you do that?
I'd love to see him and have dinner. You know what? When Boyzone got back together in 2007, we actually said, we're not doing this without Louis. All of us. We brought him back. And he didn't manage us then either.
Let's turn to girls. Now, you made a fatal error, if I may say so. In 1994, you told the press you had decided to stay a virgin until you got married. Even as those words were spilling out of your mouth, you knew this was going to be an unholy lie.
Stupid, 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 and one more stupid comment to me.
How many seconds after you said it did you lose your virginity?
I hung on for quite a while. I did well.
So when did you finally, you know...
What?
We've never actually said.
I waited till I got married, like I said.
Do you remember how old you were?
Yeah.
Where were you?
I'm not telling you.
We're amongst friends, Ronan.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd all like to know, wouldn't you?
Why?
The only question I'm going to say, were you any good?
No. The first time, I was terrible. I was terrible. And it was horrible.
Does the lady concerned, without naming her, does she know that she was the one?
No.
Would she be shocked?
Yeah.
Do you still know her?
No. I wouldn't even know what she looks like. How
Really?
sad is that? How bad is that, right?
This is good now.
Yeah.
Was she Irish?
No. Well, no.
Where were you?
I mean, I wasn't going to answer this question. How did we get to where were you?
You've gone from a position of saying, I'm not talking about it, to not talking about anything else. So I'm
You've
riding
done
my
well there.
luck.
You've done well there. I'm impressed. How did you get that out of me?
Was
Yeah.
she English?
Yeah. That's it. Right, that's all you're getting. You said everything.
In the late 90s, you'd found fame and you'd also found love. By the summer of 1997, Boyzone were firmly established as one of music's most popular boy bands.
Everyone was talking about Boyzone, Boyzone. You know, everyone wanted to meet them, everyone wanted to see them, everyone wanted a piece of them.
I picture them in the dressing room at top of the class.
They were the kind of boys who every woman loved, no matter what her age.
Despite all the female attention, Ronan remained single until a chance meeting with one of Ireland's top models, Yvonne Connolly.
I remember the very first time they kind of showed an interest in each other. I was there with other members of Boyzone. He had a big eye for that girl, and she'd an eye for him too.
By the time Ronan reached his 21st birthday, whilst dealing with the loss of his mother, news broke of his relationship with Yvonne.
Ronan found Yvonne. Yvonne found Ronan. I think she helped him get through the toughest time of his life.
She was his rock, and he says he makes her a little softer, she makes him a little tougher.
In April 1998, the perfect couple tied the knot, leading to the birth of their 3 children and more than a decade of happy marriage.
To the outside world, Ronan and Yvonne's marriage was the strongest in showbiz.
They were happy and they were great together.
It was lovely to see young romance blossoming before everybody's eyes.
But in May 2010, everything was to change when the news broke of Ronan's affair with backing dancer Francine Cornell.
This really did stun the showbiz world. No one ever really thought that Ronan's marriage would end.
They had quite a long relationship up until...
For the next 2 years, the couple tried hard to get their marriage back on track.
He was still having to balance working, and supporting his family in what he does, and obviously still trying to work out the problems with his marriage. So, yeah, very, very tough time. Tough time for them both.
But in April of this year, the couple announced their separation.
It's been a difficult year and a half for him.
It's sad that they've decided to take separate paths.
It's hard to see your sibling, go through anything like that. I just want to give him a hug and try and tell him that everything can be all right, but that's not the way, though.
Why, when you look back, why do you think you were unfaithful?
Boyzone had gotten back together again, and we were on the road, we were on tour. And when you're in that circle, it's a bubble. You're in a bubble. It's not real. It's not reality. And I tripped up. I made a mistake.
If you had your time again, you wouldn't do what you did, right?
No, I wouldn't do it. The pain that I caused people has been devastating.
What did you say to your kids at the time?
I was honest. They're your kids. You have to be. I mean, something like this they were going to find out anyway, maybe 5 years or 10 years' time. Not an easy thing to do. As a parent, you're never wrong in your children's eyes. So you feel like a failure.
You were then seen with Yvonne for a few months, clearly trying to make things work again.
Yeah.
Were you optimistic through that period? Did you think we can get through this?
Yeah, but she allowed me back. It's a huge step.
Why do you think it didn't work?
I don't think it can ever work after something like that.
The trust is gone.
Gone.
In November last year, you issued an apology to Yvonne on the sleeve of your album. It said, "You are the most incredible woman I've ever met. For the mistakes I've made in my life, I'm sorry. Guess you have to go there to come back. It was a dark place and you were the light to bring me back. I love you."
Yeah. She still is an incredible woman.
You still love her?
Of course I love her, yeah. We both love each other. And we're going to be in each other's lives for the rest of our lives because of our 3 incredible kids.
Do you think you would have done this if it hadn't been for these huge blows in your life, losing your mother, losing Stephen? Do you think it's partly why?
I can't use that as an excuse. I can't. My psychiatrist gave me a few different reasons for why I possibly did what I did. But again, they're excuses.
What was the best excuse you heard?
That I had spent so long trying to be the perfect husband, trying to do everything right. That one day I woke up and decided that I didn't want it. I was wrong, what I did. I made a choice. And because of that choice, there were devastating effects on people's lives.
Did you notice people's reaction towards you changing afterwards?
Yeah.
When you wake up and it's all the love rat headlines and so on?
Every day.
How did you find that?
What can you do? That's what you are. So you have to somehow pick yourself up. I just want to be a good man. I just want people to trust me again. People to know that I will never do this thing again. That I won't, you know, I just want to be the best I can be. And that's as honest as I can be.
It's